Dr. Ben. In many of our videos, we've talked about harmonized waters and scalar wave technology.
Yes.
Can you explain what was your passion behind creating this? What is it? Why did you do it? I want to know it all. Because they're helping so many people, I think it's important.
It has been a labor of love for sure. It all started with, I had a skincare company first and foremost, and that's what I'd been doing for years, a decade really. And I realized as I began to approach some of these tougher conditions like rosacea and acne and seborrheic dermatitis and all these conditions that we weren't treating the source of the problem. So then I had to figure out what the source of the problem was, which took a little while. And then it was a matter of finding something that could help the body heal itself without causing harm. And scalar wave technology was just that. We figured out a way to recreate frequencies that could stay in water. And the only way you can make a frequency stay in water is by making it into a scalar wave. And it turned out that all of us, in fact, are made up of scalar waves. Quantum physics tells us that we are just a ball of energy, and each energetic aspect of us, so just say your liver or your kidneys, they have a specific frequency signature that makes those organs operate and function the way they do. And when they get out of balance, when you are exposed to a toxin or from stress or something else, you become unhealthy or you have some sort of an illness.
So is it fair to say that you discovered or that you unveiled maybe that these waves can communicate internally with us? Our body understands them.
Well, that's actually, it's a great question because there is a 100-year history of using frequencies to treat the body and the conditions in the body. But what I discovered was there was a way to get frequencies to stay within water in the form of scalar waves so that you could ingest it. And you're made up of 70% water, so now it can travel throughout the system and recalibrate and balance these things that are out of alignment. The reality is scalar waves are something that a lot of quantum physicists are studying. And it is what I really believe. It's the origin of all the cells within your body.
I think it's becoming an awareness in the self-care world that what we see appear on our skin is our body directly speaking to us.
Yeah.
And we've talked about intuitive knowing what's going on in your body. You can tell when something is off.
Right.
So these harmonized waters work to correct both of those things happening within us.
They do. And again, it's not really about the water correcting something that's wrong with you. What it does is it reestablishes a balance in your system, and that allows your body to fix itself. So people with irritable bowel, if we can reestablish the health within their gut through an energy balance, then they can start to work on repairing that inflammation. So it's been a fascinating process. I think, part of the strategy has been to figure out what we need. So for example, there are 3 basic ways harmonized water works. The main way is really the recalibration strategy, kind of like tuning a piano. We think about a piano, how we keep playing it and eventually it gets out of tune. To some degree, that's our lives, right? We're living in these stressful, toxic lives and we're getting out of balance. So recalibrating that's one strategy. Another strategy is to mimic the substances in your body that are doing you that are creating benefits for you, for example. So your hormones, your neurotransmitters, your antioxidants and peptides and such. Because we figured out the mathematical way to recreate those substances in your body, we can make your body feel like it has all of your hormones, even though you're not making them.
So it's about creating harmony and balance internally.
Harmony and balance. And then there's one last bit of that, which is we then have to also negate some things in your body. So for example, we're exposed to too much lead and carbon monoxide and mercury and fluoride. So we want to actually create a frequency that cancels that energy. And you've heard of sound cancellation in your headphones. You can create a scalar cancellation at the same time. So all 3 of those technologies are working to create the benefits that harmonized water creates.
Great. So to circle back, how would this help somebody?
Oh, well, it's just really depending on the condition that we're treating. We've talked about treating acne by helping balance out their testosterone imbalance, or we've talked about it helping the other form of acne by minimizing candida. But there are so many different ways. And so ultimately what we're speaking to is this idea of balance that is such a holistic, natural way to recreate health in the body. And so that's really how it's working.
It's holistic, it's forward-thinking, it's pioneering on your part, and I know people are going to want more answers to these questions. They can check out your website for tons of information on this.
There's a lot of information on each of the specific formulas, and I think the big thing for people to understand is it's not always going to make sense. As you might imagine, where medicine is going today, none of us believe that in 100 years, what we're doing today with antibiotics and such are actually going to be the wave of the future. We all knew something amazing was coming. And I'm telling you that harmonized water, scalar wave technology is that next amazing thing. It's not the last one. It's not the first one, but it is absolutely a tool that will benefit you and your loved ones.